Okay, it's Vlogmas day 7. Ooh, chocolate caramel black tea. That sounds amazing.
All right, hi guys. Happy Vlogmas day 7. I wanted to sort of explain my approach because I don't want to confuse anybody. I decided to paint in the manner that I use charcoal. So if you've watched my last 2 videos, I use charcoal and I sort of go into it with squiggles and no thought process and just see where the shapes take me, excuse me. And that's what I did. I wanted to also get into it and use my hands. So I know that this is oil paint and that's probably not the best, but I just wanted to try it. I learned a few things along doing this process. One of them is that it helped me trust my intuition, and it helped me understand how I want my colors to look and how I want my paintings to feel. So I think that my focus with my paintings is definitely on how it makes a person feel and the expressions for the portrait's face. And it was so interesting to go into this in layers, sure, like layers with each color, but at the end you'll sort of see that I went in and just started almost blending on the canvas, to be honest. And that worked out for me. I do really like what I came up with. You can see that it's a face, you can see the expression. The hair is never great, but that's neither here nor there. And it's just meaningful. And I feel like I put a lot of my passion and thought process into this painting, doing it the way that I did. Because when I'm using charcoal, I'm sort of just going through movements with my hands and my arms, and I'm pushing and pulling, and that's sort of what I was doing with this paint. I understand this is not usually how people use oil paint, and maybe there are artists who have. I don't know. I'm still learning. But I just wanted to try it and go with my intuition and find the shapes that I was looking for. And the fact that I was able to just really impressed me. I honestly was really, really proud of myself. I feel like I got an actual representation of my OC Jack and what I want her to look like. Sorry, that was my dog. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. This also made me go from dark to light. And I don't really work in steps. I'm trying not to anymore anyway, because I notice that the rigidity of this is affecting my art. So I just wanted to paint, and I did. This was great. I had a lot of fun. I do want to do something similar to my old process, having a sketch, having a grid, and then finding a way to mix this fluid style and mixing also just how I'm painting, how I'm usually painting. And I think this will help me figure out my style. My style and the way that I want to present as an artist. Because I found that when I was doing my like celebrity portraits, it was very formulaic, and that was perfectly fine. It was good to like learn, but ultimately it led me to a lot of boredom and like feeling stagnant. So with this, I kind of felt like I had a bit more freedom. I was just playing, I got my hands in there. This was really good. And I recommend to any artist who's just kind of feeling stuck to maybe just not treat your material so precious and just get in there. I know that like oil paint is it can be very expensive. This is paint that I've had it for years now, and I personally just used, maybe like a teaspoon of paint, and I put a lot of linseed oil to make it more, movable. And I really encourage people to just play and like get out of your own head, your own process and your own habitual ways of doing things, because that's what I did, and I feel like it really helped me with what I want my paintings to look like. I do want them to look like people. Obviously, I'm a portrait artist, but at the same time, I want there to be a feeling that comes with it, and I want there to be like an understanding of what you're looking at. I don't know. I just want more from my paintings, and that's what starting this OC process has really, really shown me, that I want more, and I think that that's a good thing. I'm very, very proud of how this came out, even though it's not like the most beautiful thing in the world. It just showed me that expression is far more important than likeness, and I think I'm going to keep leading with that moving forward. I definitely just want to stress, like, these are my materials. I really just wanted to do this, and I know materials can be expensive. This is like, like I said, a teaspoon of paint. It really wasn't much, and a few drops of linseed oil. I did some pre-mixing, and I ended up with leftover paint, which is another thing that I was really surprised by. I used less paint, and I feel like I gained more. So, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, but this was great. I had a lot of fun. Today I'm going to try and meld the two styles, trying to bring in some more realism and yet maintain expression in brushstrokes, in expression in what the painting is telling you, and also being able to just go through with this and do this in a fluid manner feels really important to me. I think this is the first time where I'm like, oh, this is how it feels to paint and not just follow the rules. And I think that's what I'm trying to get out in like a long-winded way. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this really showed me like, oh, I know what I like to do now, and I'm understanding the movement now. So with that, I'm going to stop talking because I've been talking your ear off and probably just rambling, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I just want to stress, like, this is so new to me, and not only am I doing like original characters, but I'm also playing around with, that means I get to play around with my style, because I'm not just painting for likeness in the way that I started, and that's giving me a lot more ways to express myself. So yeah, I've found that was really important, and I'm just so grateful that I have the chance to do it and the time to do it. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas. You're watching your favorite creators. You're making art if you make art. And I will see you guys in the next video. We'll see how things turn out. Bye-bye.
Okay, I tried something new. I wanted to paint in the way that I use charcoal, and I hope that makes sense because when I'm using charcoal, I just kind of move things around until I find a face, and I wanted to do that with paint, but I didn't know if it would be possible. So this is the outcome so far. I don't think I'm gonna change anything just because if I move it anymore, I don't want it to be too muddled. But this is what it's looking like. And this is a canvas that I've repurposed, so there's a lot of texture in there. I feel like I used, well, honestly, I put the same amount of paint on my palette, but I feel like I used less. And I definitely use less brushes. A lot of this was with my hands. So, yeah, and her head is too big, but isn't it always? Her hair, I mean. I just needed to see something other than the beige. But I do really like it. I feel like I'm onto something. The proportions are not great, but I feel like I'm always learning something new about proportions. There's a lot of like just mixing happening here.
Oh my goodness.
When I picked him up, he looked homeless.
You're so cute. Oh, buddy.
And he almost made me crash my car when we were driving home because he jumped behind my seat.
That's what he does.